Hey guys, Rob with Next Gen Writer here. I need to do one more video on TourStart, or TourStart, say it more clearly. So this is an app. I did a couple of videos on it and I was super excited about this. It's a web app that gives you a lot of capability, a lot of tools for tour planning. It's got great features for group rides. It has stuff for clubs. There's videos out there where I could take a deep dive into it. But really, the coolest thing about TourStart for me is the route planning and then how well the route planning works with the mobile app. But there's one fundamental flaw that's given me a lot of pause. So I'm going to show that to you right now. We're going to create a quick tour and we're going to go to Belair because it demonstrates this issue the best. I'm going to tell it that I'm going to start from home and then it's going to plot the route. Okay, so that gets us there. That's a real route. So, but let's start talking about some of the issues. So first we have this kind of little jaunt here through surface streets, but easily fixed. We just use the click and drag and we can move the route through the main highway that takes us over to the SLEX. So cool, easy enough, no problem. That's what's cool about the web app. But now when we get down into Manila, we have a problem. So there exists a connector and the SLEX kind of ends somewhere around here and you pick up the Skyway. There's a bit of it here on the map right there, but it doesn't show the whole Skyway. Now this Skyway has been built. I've been driving it for 4 or 5 years that I've been here in the Philippines. I don't know when it was done, but it's been there for a minute. It kind of runs over this way and snakes around and then drops down to where you pick up the inlets right here. So this map does not show the Skyway connector, and if you tour plan, it's going to easily add an extra hour, hour and a half, and have you navigate the crappy streets of downtown Manila, across Manila, when it's not necessary, when there's a Skyway connector that will bring you right through there. So I messaged the developer on this. I'm like, your web planning map online on the browser-based website tour planning is out of date. And his response was kind of like, at first he's like, let me check into this, I'll get back to you. And then the next day he's like, yeah, this is kind of a problem for us. And that's it. That's all he said. So I've been waiting. I'm like thinking maybe he'll follow up with me, let me know that they fixed the problem or give me a schedule for fixing the problem or some kind of feedback. But he hasn't, and that's pretty much where he left it. Yeah, we know it. It's a challenge. It's a problem. We can't get the maps updated. That's it. So I'm at a point now where I just got to make a decision. So I'll continue with the route. So it takes you, peels you off here, off the inlets, and takes this highway up. This is not the preferred route. So if you routed this through with Google, this is all expressway here, high speed. You can come all the way up here to near Tarlac, and then you can cut across. There's another connector here that's not on this map as well, called the CLLX connector, or Central Luzon Link connector, that basically connects Tarlac City to Cabanatuan. So you go this way, and again, that's going to save you probably, this stretch is going to add 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic. So I don't have a lot of confidence. First of all, I don't have confidence in the maps on the online web app because I know they're wrong. Now, that issue doesn't exist on the mobile app, and I don't understand why. But the mobile app had the roads available, would route you on the Skyway link. It might not route you on the CLX link, but you could definitely build your route there because it's shown on the map. So if you did planning on the mobile device, which you can do, you can avail of all the roads that actually exist. You can't do that with the online web app. And for me, that's a huge problem. So I don't know what to say. I'm at a crossroads here. I really, really like the app, and I'm going to show you why here in a minute. We're going to switch over to the phone. But this is just the first box that you tick, making sure your application is running the most recent maps, and it's a fail. So let's move the cameras around, take a different view, and I'm going to show you the mobile app working on CarPlay. Okay, so now we're going to take a quick look at the mobile app for TourStart and then also CarPlay. So what I've done here is I've just created a route to Belair, just a navigation route, just to kind of show you guys. So if you look here, it still does this kind of weird jog. It doesn't take the main highway over to the SLEX. And then it comes down into Manila. And here, even though the map shows the Skyway connector here, it doesn't route you on it. So there's a little bit of flaw in the algorithm or the logic of navigation as well. So the map's up to date, and then we can go up, and then also, I'm not going to zoom in and try to find it. It's kind of tough, but there's a, let's see, where are we? Cabanatuan. So here you could actually take that NLEX up to what's called the TP-LEX, and then there's a connector here, and it's much faster to take that expressway route this way, but it routes you again on small highways and barangay roads. So a little bit of flaw there as far as how it routes. But it does get you there, and the map is accurate. So I'm going to end the navigation. I just wanted to show you guys that. We'll do stop navigation, and then I'm going to select home. Now here on the home page, it's going to show your name is logged in, some summary stuff. I'm not getting download my internet. I'm getting throttled now. This is my US phone, and I only get about 2 gig of high speed per month. You can see stuff slowly starting to come in. But this would give you basically some summary information about your rides, your ride time, your distances, and then some links to some information about TourStart, some helpful tips. You can click up here and go to a menu where you have a profile. This is all just, some of your personal information, what bike you ride, whatever you've put in for your account information, as well as your avatar. And then you have general settings. So settings are pretty basic. You have a language. I have it set to auto, but you can change it. And there's about 8 European languages there. And then you have units, kilometers or miles. You can turn your navigation voice on or off. You can set sound ride link sound notifications to on or off. And I'm not exactly sure what that sounds like. I'm assuming if someone's in your group and they deviate from the route, it'll probably give you some sort of alert. I like the idea of the ride link feature. It's just hard for me to test because I'm not in a ride group. I don't really tend to ride. I ride mostly solo. Auto zoom map for navigation. Auto discard of missed waypoints. That's a good feature. So obviously, if you decide to bypass a portion of your route, it'll just automatically allow you to resume the route and not get caught up and try to send you back to a previous waypoint. You can control your button size and then turn on highlight unpaved roads, which is kind of a nice feature. If you're touring and then you plot a route and it has a little bit of unpaved road or dirt road, it's good to know about that. So that's pretty much covers the settings. Here is your tracks. So you can set how your tracks are viewed. I think that's what's happening here. Public is not yet available. You can choose friends or you can choose private as far as who sees your tracks. And then you have maps. So here you'll see that I have an update due for my Philippines map. So I already know I have a pretty recent map because the roads that I'm looking for that I mentioned that are missing on the web app are there. They're on the mobile app. But I still have a download, so I have an update to the map I installed maps, about 7 days ago when my trial started, and now I have a map update. So it seems like the mobile app is actually doing a pretty good job of keeping you on current maps, but for some reason the web app is not. The rest of these links are just kind of, the rate us, about, TourStart, what version you're running, and how many days you have in your subscription after you subscribe, or if you're on a trial. So we'll go back. We'll go to create, and this is basically a tour slash route builder that exists in the mobile app. It is fully featured, so and that's a very good thing. If you have a multi-day tour that you've built out, and you're 3 days in, and then you realize you need to make a detour for whatever reason. Right now we have typhoons hitting us and we have landslides happening. We could very easily have to reroute here in the Philippines, and you could take the time and you could build a new route on the mobile phone when you're on the road, and then get that information to your ride group or have it for your use the following day or immediately. So a very, very cool thing, and you're building routes on the most current map available. I just couldn't do all of my tour planning in a mobile app. That's just it's a deal breaker for me. But it's very well featured. You have finger draw, you have map draw, pretty much everything you have on the web app you have in the mobile app. So it's very, very cool, I think, to have what I would consider a fully featured backup or alternative. But for me, the web app tour planner needs to be the primary one and needs to have the most accurate mapping available. So that's what that is there. You jump over to map. This is going to zoom out and show you all your tours. So I have 6 tours that I've built here. Let's see if I can get them to work. Again, my internet is not great right now. Okay, it's having a hard time pulling the tour. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so it pulled it up. This is the southern route that I run across from the Rizal, Bangabon area into Belair. Nice twisty road there. So you could pull up a route or tour, and then you can navigate to it. So I would select no. It asks me if I want to navigate, or excuse me, go. And then it asks me if I want to navigate. I say yes. So now I have a route plotted to the beginning of my tour, and then I can ride the tour after I get there. So that's pretty cool. That is on the map page. And then tracks. I don't have any tracks, but as you create tracks and save them, they will show up here on the tracks page. Okay, navigate. So navigate, this is going to just work like pretty much like a GPS. You can use your search button, search a POI, look at your search history. Your My Places will come up here. Your tours will come up here. Any destinations that you've searched previously will come up, or you can just select a new one. You have categories as well, and then you have your tours. So you can just go directly to tours. So pretty nice there. You can turn highways on and off. Ride command, or ride link, sorry, not ride command, ride link. So you can click ride link, and this is where you can join a ride link group. Now my internet's working decent, stuff's coming up. So it pulls everything. You can filter, just show your groups. You can search for groups, and you can select private groups, which I'm not sure if they're private. Why are they showing up in my feed? I don't know. Anyway, they're there. So some weird little quirks here in the app, small things that don't make sense, but really not a big deal to me. And what you would do is you could join any of these groups directly, or you could use an ID and just join it by ID, and you can also scan a QR code. So the web app's pretty cool because it'll let you print a cool little PDF that gives you all the relevant data about the tour. And then also the ride link group information would be there along with the QR code. So you just hand out a piece of paper to everybody that's saddled up, ready to ride out, and they have everything they need to navigate and be part of the group through the TourStart application. So it's pretty cool, and Ride Link is a great safety feature. You know, even a small group. I was on a ride with 3 guys. I was a middle rider, and the guy in front of me, well, the guy behind me had a blowout. I saw it. I pulled over. The guy in front wasn't aware. He took off, went through a toll gate. We got everybody informed with cell phones. We had signaling, but Ride Link would be another avenue for people to have some information, know where to go back to. If someone was stuck on the side of the road or someone missed a turn, you could see what's going on via Ride Link. So it's a really cool feature. Track and go. So you can select track and go and create tracks. That easy. There's a button right there to do it. And it's also on CarPlay. We'll stop tracking. And then you have speed indication up here. So now let's switch over to CarPlay. Now we're in CarPlay. We come to a map view. You can zoom here, zoom in. I'll zoom us in a little bit. And then compass for centering. You have track and go here. Now, a lot of mobile apps that have CarPlay capability don't have track and go built into the CarPlay feature set. I really, really like that TourStart has that. And you can click track and go, and you're immediately creating GPX tracks on your mobile device. So we'll end that. Then you have your menu button here, so we'll click the menu. And now you have navigation history. I'll jump in there real quick. It's going to always put your home and work location at the top. Show your search results. Your places will come up here. Your tours will come up here. So you can see everything that's relevant. Then you have tours. You can select tours, and you have all this tour information. You have the dream tours from the website. You have the public tours from the website. You have friends tours, my tours. I'll go into my tours, see if they come up. And there they are. I really think maybe this is almost too much information. I really don't want to see all the tours or have all that data moving back from the phone or across the internet. I don't care about dream tours and public tours in Europe or public tours in the US. So I think this could be simpler, but it's all there. And you also have offline tours. And it looks like you can specify offline tours, because I only have one that's showing up as offline. We'll back out. Then you have tracks. I don't have any tracks, but they would show up here. Places. You have public places, which is kind of everything from the website. I don't want to pull all that data. I'll go into my places. I have one place loaded. There it is. This has been a little quirk with the app here. Okay, it looks like it's settled in. I'll select that place. Okay, and now I have the option to navigate to it. We'll end that. Go back to the menu. Ride Link. Well, this should be my groups. I don't have any groups. Hang on, maybe that's sensible. Okay, it is only my groups, so that's fine. That's okay. And then you can turn sound on or off. So yeah, okay, they did filter that on the CarPlay side. Anyway, so there you have it. It's a lot of cool stuff. You know, some of it still needs a little bit of refinement, but a very, very cool app, cool mobile app, very, very good CarPlay feature set. Maybe a little bit too much on the CarPlay side, to be honest. Man, I hope they get the maps fixed, because I really want to use this thing. That's it. That's pretty much my third installment on TourStart. I'm going to monitor it. The web app is public facing, so you can, I can go in there anytime and take a look at it and see if they've got this map updating issue solved. Once I see that, I think I'm going to pull the trigger and go ahead and start using this, pay for it and use it. But until then, I'm very, very reluctant. Even as good as all the features are, the first thing I need is reliable quality navigation. That's what all these things need to do before they do anything else. So anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching.